In this video, I'm going to go over my wife and I's recent project. We are in the process of performing an Elantra N turbo swap on her Veloster N. She was wanting to do this sometime next year, but we had a bit of an issue with her turbo, so here we are, performing the swap earlier than expected. A bit of a backstory. My wife has been running a JB4 piggyback tune box on map 2 for over a year now without issue. Since we recently installed her new 6th downpipe, I thought it'd be a good idea to put together a video showing how much of a difference the JB4 makes on 0 to 60 times, stock versus map 1 versus map 2, before we began tuning her car. This way, we could show how much of a difference the full tune made on her car's performance. I felt this would be a good gauge since we don't have easy access to a dyno, and it would be real-world numbers versus just power figures. The process of getting 0 to 60 times required several drag attempts using launch control. Plus, we did testing using NGS. After a few days of testing, we decided we had enough information and would begin tuning. We chose to go with N75 Motorsports as our tuning company. Daniel at N75 has been wonderful to work with as we've been building both of our cars. We felt confident going with him for our tune. He always responds to my questions quickly and walked me through the tuning process so I knew exactly what to expect. Here's how the tuning process went. We loaded the first Stage 1 base file and began the tuning process by data logging the car via third gear pulls. We sent the logs to N75 and everything looked good. Since everything looked good, we moved on to Stage 2 Plus, and again ran the car a few times for data logging. The car felt good and we had no fuel cuts or issues running the car. This was over a weekend, so the logs wouldn't be reviewed until Monday. During the weekend, my wife noticed when accelerating from 40 miles an hour, she didn't have any power. Now this only happened one time, so we didn't think much about it. Also, the files looked good, so we moved on to a bit more aggressive file. After making several runs with the more aggressive file, my wife began noticing the power wasn't as punchy and a whine coming from the car when the air conditioning was on and she was giving the car full power. The noise got softer when the AC was off and she was not on full power. Daniel checked the logs for us and everything looked good. We told Daniel about the whine and he suggested that this could be a mechanical issue. We were wanting to hurry up and get the car tuning finished, so we didn't check the vehicle over to find out what the mechanical issue might be. It would have been easier to check the turbo at this time. Since the logs looked good, we had Daniel proceed. He sent us the final file. We took the car out to perform the final data logging so Daniel could verify everything was good to go. Here's what happened during the final data logging run. Now manual mode. Third gear. Go. Manual mode. Third gear. Go. Smoking.
Oh God.
We are smoking out the back.
Pull in here.
I'm pulling in here right now. The first sign of the turbo failure was the whine. This was due to the bearings going out. Next, we heard a thud sound. On camera, it was a high-pitched pop sound. Finally, we saw bluish-white smoke coming from the exhaust. This is what to expect if you blow your turbo. Right after the turbo blew, we stopped the car immediately. This helped to prevent further damage to the car. I have to give a huge thank you to Daniel. He responded to my emails as we were waiting on a tow truck. Not many companies would be so responsive in helping answer questions. He has been nothing but helpful throughout this whole ordeal. He has answered my questions in a timely manner and has gone out of his way to make sure I got all the parts I needed to get the car fixed. This was an unfortunate event, and most likely has been going on for some time, but we pushed the turbo over the edge between all the launch control 0 to 60 runs and back-to-back-to-back hard pulls. Plus, we should have checked the turbo for any possible mechanical issues before running it hard anymore. The turbo was telling us that there was an issue, and we did not heed the warning. Upon researching reasons for the Veloster N turbo failure, we found failures were more common in 21 and 22 Veloster N model years over the 19 and 20 model years. This is due to poor quality control during the height of COVID. If you have a 21 or 22 Veloster N, you may need to be more careful when adding power due to the possibility of turbo issues caused from poor quality control during COVID. COVID not only affected people's health, but it hit the automobile and other industries' quality control and supply chains hard. The moral is, if you hear a whining noise from your car, this could be a turbo bearing failure and should be looked at immediately. If not checked, it could lead to catastrophic failure. So now my wife is going to get the new turbo she wanted earlier than expected and even more power with the tune. As we always say, you have to pay to play, and on this day, we paid. Please subscribe to the channel for my upcoming step-by-step video going over how to install an EN turbo in a Veloster N without the need of a lift or removal of the engine. I will have more video going over how this catastrophic failure affected the car beyond the turbo. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content.